Hello. My story is not about marrying him. It's much, much earlier in my life. When he was like probably in college, but I was 9, and so I was 9, and my 3rd grade science assignment was to take 80 pieces of paper and a bottle of Elmer's glue and build a chair that could hold my own weight. So I come from a family of people who build things. My dad is a carpenter from a long line of carpenters, and you know, he doesn't just keep power tools out in the garage hanging and go out there to disappear for a few hours a year, but he like built the cabinets in our kitchen, he built bookshelves and lamps and beds and just anything, all sorts of very useful things. My dad could build them all. My mom sewed a lot of our clothes when we were growing up, but she makes beautiful greeting cards. She used to carve the wooden things that my dad built. And so I was raised in a house where building things and making things and crafts, that was a strong value for us. And I was having none of it. I hated it. I loved to play music and I enjoyed taking photos, but that was sort of the extent of it as a kid. I got so impatient with sewing buttons on things again and again and stuffing more pillows and trying to make clothes for my Barbie and trying to make the knitting needles work. I was having none of it. So it comes time for me to build this chair. So normally I would look at this and I would say, no way, this is lame, I hate this. Except that the teacher made it a contest, and you know, the best chair was going to be the winning chair, and any of you who know me a little bit know that I am so competitive that I will make you cry if it helps me win. I took this assignment to heart, and so I went home from school with my paper and my glue, and I put it down on the kitchen table, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to do this? So I was also a pretty good student, and they taught us in class, you know, a triangle is stronger than a square, and a cylinder is stronger than a cube, and so I had some basics. But my dad came in and he said, what are you building? And so I told him, and he was like, he really, really was into my 3rd grade assignment. He just loved this assignment. And my dad and I aren't really all that close. I get my competitive streak from him, and so that created some tension when I was a little girl. But I was building something, and he was all about the building. And so we sat down and we sketched it out, and we took 3 sheets of paper. That was the first thing we did. We just glued 3 sheets of paper together flat, and that was the top of the seat. That was where my body was going to connect with this beautiful chair, and it wasn't going to collapse. And then we took many, many sheets and folded them into little triangular tubes and glued them together like corrugated cardboard, and then put some more paper on the bottom, and that was the seat. And it was strong. By the time that glue dried, it was tough. We decided that, you know, if the chair had too many pressure points, then it was going to collapse. So you needed a lot of legs. That was the key, to have a lot of legs. So we made 11 cylindrical legs for this chair. It was a beautiful thing, and each one had a little square foot on the bottom that were all perfectly aligned with each other. None of these square feet were even a few degrees crooked, and the legs were arranged like columns, like Grecian columns, 4 and then, or 3 and then 2 and then 3 and then 2 and then 3. So here we have the structure of the chair, and I was pretty sure this would hold my weight. I was a little shorter then, and a few pounds lighter, and I was pretty sure, but it needed something more to it. So I built up posts and a beautiful arch, and then I spray painted it pink, because pink just represented like strength to me, or something. But not just any pink, it was like dusty rose pink. I was so into the dusty rose pink as a 9-year-old. And to make it even better, my mom said, well, I know one more finishing touch we can put on this fine piece of work that you have made. And she sewed a beautiful little floral cushion with lace trim for me to put on my chair. And gosh darn it, it was the most beautiful little paper chair that I have ever seen. So I took that chair with me to school. About a week later, I finished it really early because my parents got me so pumped. We took it to school, and it was competition day, and so the kids had to put their chairs on the floor. We moved all the desks out of the way. One at a time, we went up and we sat on our chairs in front of everybody. And I know I was one of the last kids to go, so, kids are all different shapes and sizes, and some of their chairs held up a little better than others, but a number of them went right through to the ground. And their chairs weren't beautiful. They were just like, whatever, paper. They were paper and glue. I bring up my work of art, beautiful chair. I set it down, and immediately the kids are like, wait, she's got paint. Paint wasn't allowed. That wasn't one of the tools. And hey, she's got a cushion on there. That's cheating. And I was like, I'll take the cushion off. And so I momentarily removed the cushion. I sat down on my chair, and it held my weight. It continued to hold my weight regularly until college, and I still went out to show people this fine piece of work that I made. And today I still make things. I rarely, build them, but when I do, my parents are never more proud. Thank you.